Oh, yeah, it's that time, ladies and gentlemen. The moment you've all been waiting for. The return of the group chat on wax. And, my bad. Let me kill this. Forgive us for the sound or lack thereof today. And people, I said group chat on wax, but my typical members are not here. You see, it should be 5 of us, and today it is 1 of us. So, man, I'm gonna be the one-man army today. I need y'all to rock with me. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be very, very different from any episode we've ever done because I am talking to my fucking self today, with no one else. None of my brothers have joined. You know, these are adult men with real jobs and real things going on. So shout out to my brothers. Shout out Saul Jimmy. Shout out Davy Jones. Shout out Demo. Shout out Nesto. And man, shout out you, Genitals, for tuning in to another edition of the group chat on wax for yo. We have a spectacular show today. Notice I say we because you know what I'm saying. This is still we, not me. And you got to be a certain type of crazy to talk by yourself for this long, by the way, just so y'all know. And man, like I said, the show is an exciting one today. You know, there's a lot of news, breaking news, and all the above in all of our typically covered categories. But we couldn't just take the week off, man. I felt like we needed to still deliver. You guys have been very, very loyal. The listens have jumped up quite a bit in the past month and a half, I would say. Go check that record. You know what I'm saying? You could even see it. Hopefully you're on our YouTube channel, Generation G Podcasts. It's the group chat on wax. We also have the MMA Smoked Out. My brothers covered the fights that we're going to briefly cover today. I may have a special guest joining me at some point. It depends, you know. All my homies have kids and are married, except me. So I got time, y'all. I'm out here to talk to the genitals, grab them, squeeze them, and tell them hello. What's going on? What's good with y'all? I wish y'all could like live respond to me right now. Oh, look, David Jones sending me his pic. Yeah, man, we're gonna cover our typical topics. Like I said, Demo probably would have outbursted with some sort of intro to the beginning phases of the pod right now. And I guess I shall do that at some point. You know, you can only kick the can for so long. So let's get into shout out Nesto, man. He put this topic on there. It's basically what's going on with all these tariffs in the country right now and outside the country. You see other countries rapid fire responding by imposing tariffs of their own on us after President Donald Trump has chosen to do that on just about everybody. I don't know much about this shit. Like, I'm the wrong person to do this alone today. I should just be honest with y'all. Like, Saw Jimmy and Demo would be filling me in on a lot that I'm gonna miss here. So just deal with it. I'm gonna try to have my editor Antoine show y'all what's up if I can get a hold of him. Can Antoine pull that up there for the listeners and viewers? Trying to get y'all eyes on this topic here about tariffs. Somebody from the group chat on wax put a pretty cool photo here. If I could ever forget, I'll show y'all how this looks here. But bear with me, you know, I don't normally do this alone. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Look at that. We're on Instagram. Make America Great Again, made in China. Oh, wow. This is a political cartoon. Okay. See, y'all, I haven't even looked at these notes. You know, I'm just going off the rip and going to react to it live like you would. For those of you that are on audio only, we have a red Make America Great Again hat with a made in China tag on it. The original price was $50, is crossed out for a $77 price. And yeah, man, this sums it up, dude. Like, y'all who voted for him have gotten what you want, but is this what you want? You know, there's going to be a lot of pain, he said himself, Mr. President, of what's to come that we kind of got to just tough it out for. I do appreciate he was like candid and honest about that, but notice it's after the fact of winning the election. He's already gotten what he needed. And man, it's gonna be a rocky few months, like he said. And you know, I don't know how people didn't see this coming based on all the pumped up money we put into this place post COVID, during COVID, like the market has got to reset typically always, history tells us. And so um he did that with tariffs on other countries. Like I said, I'm the wrong person to ask about this as far as purpose, but I know there is a purpose that I can't you can't just be like, "Oh, Donald Trump, you fuck it." We got to understand what a tariff is. That would be my advice to anyone like trying to complain about something. Just know what you're talking about first. That's why I'm kind of tiptoeing around this, because I do actually see some good in it, but there's obviously a big response, and for him to do it in this manner so abruptly on places, I don't think that's what's best. But he's going to be pretty deliberate about everything he does. What we learned from Presidente, he don't give a fuck, so he's just gonna do it whether you like it or not. And I was reading something on Twitter that pretty much pointed out that this might actually end up being what's good in. Oh, that's my correspondent that might join us. Shut up. But that this actually might be good in the long run, just based on America being able to supply things for itself. The problem is the abruptness of it, where we don't have so many of these things where you can just overnight have the same level of production that we have from acquiring these goods from other countries. I got that right, right? That sounds about right. So Apple, for example, I was reading like an iPhone to be produced only in America with all the parts makes the value price of it up to like $5,000. It's not obviously not what's going to happen in that drastic measure, but just speaking on it, that's how it would be if we were to just turn around and flip production of our own iPhones tomorrow. So I would hope that there's a bit of more peaceful negotiations as time goes on. Other countries have already responded with their retaliation tariffs to the US. I saw that Mr. Trump said today, actually, it's Wednesday, the 9th of April. He said that we're going to pause this for a while on all these other countries, except China. Uh, you know, they're beating. They pissed him off too. I just hope that this doesn't lead to something worse. Like waging the W word on all these places. There are them on us. Mind you, we're only a couple months into his term, so buckle up, man. That's all I gotta say. And read up on this shit if you're interested to know why he's doing it. He's basically just doing anything for more riches. If we've seen his track record, so you know what you're getting. How it affects everyone else, though, is what worries me. I don't like the fact that like this place can go broke almost altogether. Like the majority of people with regular wages are going to have a hard time making ends meet in some places. You'll see homelessness spike. I'm not too big on like conspiracies and all this other shit, but I don't like the fact that we're headed to this just, you know, very gloomy outlook on the economy, people like being able to do things they want, raise families healthy. Like more people are going to be broke as time goes on in this term, and you ain't gonna do nothing to lift a finger to help you. Um, so you're gonna have to really get your hustle up. That's all I know. Whether we go to war or not, it's something you'll need money for. Um, Inflation. They denying that things are going to be in a recession, but I don't believe that. Uh, we've lived through this shit and know what it looks like, and all the signs are there. So buckle up and get your hustle up, get your money up, not your funny up. Wow. Man, this is difficult by yourself. I'll tell you. But I'm out here, bro. We really can't leave the genitals hanging for a week. That doesn't sound healthy to leave the genitals hanging for a week. I'm gonna move on to the next topic, submitted by none other than your boy Nesto, Mighty Dro Young. Shouts out my brother. Let's see if I can get Antoine, my lazy editor, to bring this image back up, or article rather. Antoine, come on, bro. Where you at? Give Antoine a minute, y'all. Antoine, not that computer literate. like Chang and Jaime. All right, Antoine, what is okay? Kawasaki's latest horse-like riding vehicle is something straight out of Black Mirror. Okay, bruh. This I whoa, what did I just do? I don't like the look of this because he's got like my bad, I had to cut that. We'll get Antoine to bring it back up. Um that looks very futuristic and dangerous for one. But the fact that we're in this mode now is crazy. I got to run through these slides and show y'all what this little ninja microbot bike. I swear you fight one of these things in the Spider-Man game. It looks like straight bad guy robot, man. Here it is. All right, so we got somebody experimenting with this. Look at this thing, man. Goes hella fast. It's climbing down rocks, jumping down shit. That looks like an AI generated image. I don't know if that's somebody really writing it, but what the hell would you need this for? Like this just for around the house? Nah, bro. This is a straight hunting device. Uh I don't know. Like that's oof. So it's just a motorcycle company that's selling it, but it's so much more than a motorcycle, bro. It's like a pet, like damn. That's lit. I don't know about that, bro. That's pretty lit. Uh let's see. Man. I'm trying to manage this for y'all. Bear with me. I got lazy ass Antoine on the keys, so you know what's gonna happen is gonna happen. But let's get into the next topic, I guess. I don't have much segue game when I'm talking to my damn self this whole time. I'm just up here loaded. Like, hey, okay, what's next? What's next? You got to really like flip in your personality with this because if you don't, it's not going to be fun. You know, when you sweat this shit, like, oh, what do I have to cover? That's why it's nice to have my brothers up here, but we won't leave you hanging. Bang. Shout out LeBron James, friend of the podcast, uh, weekly listener as well. I don't know what that means, Demo. Demo's texting me live on air some shit that doesn't make sense. Just sounds like a regular Wednesday, don't it? Um, my bad, y'all. Bear with me here. Audio is probably like, yo, this fucking sucks. Because I'm just like jerking it by myself here. All right. Well, that's why you should watch on YouTube, bruh. Anyways, peep this. LeBron James got his own Barbie doll. Wow. LeBarbie James. And he got the LeBron jacket on. Look at LeBron holding this thing. What do y'all think of this? Let us know at Gen G Podcast. That's at Gen G Podcast. LeBron James Barbie, bro. And he's fitted. You know what I'm saying? Those look like Jordan ones almost, but those are, I'm assuming, a LeBron shoe. He's got so many. Man. uh the fact that he has his own Barbie and Michael Jordan doesn't might be time to change that, adjust this goat conversation. Like this is gonna resell like Jay's. Um, Obviously LeBron shoes, maybe if people do resell them, they're not getting the get they do on Jordans. Jordan's kind of a pioneer in the shoe department as a whole, so maybe LeBron's onto something with these Barbie dolls. Uh, that's cool. I'm not even gonna hate on that. That's I wonder how many editions of this they're gonna make. I don't think the article said, did it here? Because if they only got like a couple thousand of them joints or something, and then you buy and collect, then cool. Undefeated is set to host an early release event on April 12th. Yep, offering a limited numbers of dolls with a select few autographed by LBJ. Damn, see, they got the notoriety and the rarities on that piece. Are you copying the LeBron doll? That's sick. Okay. These are going to be worth quite a bit. I can only imagine. Oh, and he's got his headphones in the damn thing. Well, LeBron James, bro, he keeps going. Guy's a billionaire for a reason. And it's not just what he does with that rock. He's got a hand in a lot of things. He owns soccer teams, schools, you name it, like anything. So you'll never hear me say nothing bad about LeBron James, but go Warriors. You feel me? Let's see. This is so fun. The US. Oh, okay. So my brothers want me to get on some US news. It's obviously a lot happening in the world right now. Some of y'all just don't pay attention for a reason, and I understand, man. It's an ugly world out there. But if you do wish to be informed, no matter how well the news is received, uh, like myself, jump on in with me. Hopefully, this isn't some bad news. I told y'all I don't read the notes before shows. That goes for any show I do with the brothers on here. We just go with the flow. This is a completely unrehearsed podcast where we are authentically ourselves, and that is why you tune it in. The U.S. border officials have caught more people with eggs than fentanyl, bro. And that is this is another thing with the president. He's got a hard on for kicking people out of the country right now, and whether you agree with it or not, he says millions and millions. He uses that term, but I saw Bernie say something like it's only been like 24,000 or something. Yeah, it's only been like 24,000, not millions. And so he's like, why does the president take these drastic measures to describe things when it's a lot? And I mean, he is right, but uh, they don't want a lot of these people in this country right now, brother. But yes, it is true. There's been more fentanyl in eggs than actual. Why are you calling me, you nerd? So this is like weird territory where okay, great if this is seizing fentanyl. We do want that down. Can't completely blame that on just people flooding the country, but uh hopefully that's the positive that's coming out of this and all these tighter restrictions. My bad, y'all. Numbnuts here called me while I'm trying to get him in here. Uh, Shout out Numbnuts. He may make an appearance soon, so y'all see who he is, and then you could point the finger at him why this took a rude interruption. But yeah, 134 occasions, 197 sheer. Okay. So people who are getting infected by fentanyl is down after these tighten up border security, I guess. Um, so that's there is some good out of it. You can't just be like mad at everything and only mad. But if there is more shit in eggs, it's just not being conducted properly. Like what? More people with eggs and fentanyl this year. I like that. That's wild, bro. I don't have much to say on this because the homies submitted it, and I'm just here to report it to y'all. So excuse me for not being the best reporter. I have shitty Antoine helping me out here, um, and that's just what it is. Maybe these guys will talk about that shit when they get on here next week. And if you want to hear it, let them know at Gen G Podcast. That's at Gen G Podcast. This might be the realest shit I've ever done because we get on here to have conversation and bounce ideas and even jokes and roasts off each other. And all I have is myself and you genitals. So I do appreciate you for lending me your time so far for 20 minutes. I'm not done. I was expecting to get into some more content here, but as far as like the current events and what's happening in the world, that's pretty much it. Uh, our special guest may not make it. He's a clown, and I'm not going to slow this recording down for him. You know who you are, my brother. All right. What else we got on the show, baby? For media, man. What are y'all listening to? Drop that in the comments, bro. Like right here at the 20-minute mark. What are y'all listening to? Tell me, because what are you listening to? What are you watching? What games are you playing? What are you reading? Be happy to share that with where I'm at with that stuff. Like musically, I'm kind of just listening to old stuff. Redman dropped an album not too long ago called Muddy Waters 2. I always appreciate Redman, but As far as like new music out and all that, Russell constantly drop. Oh, shout out Shoreline Mafia. They got some bangers on there as usual. It's good to see them back together. We back. Um, yeah, man. Like Hella Russell dropped 2 albums in 2 weeks. This fool going crazy. Um, Make hip hop great again. Yeah, we live. It's not the same. But I am waiting for Cushion OJ too. Man, that's gonna be dope. We got the track list from Wiz Khalifa. Maybe I can bring that up for you guys or have Antoine bring that up. If you're a Wiz Khalifa fan like me, since the beginning, an album like this has been anticipated because Cushion OJ 1 was a game changer. You can argue that. Shout out my boy Runchy Marcy. He says that's like the modern day Chronic for us. Like when that came out when we were in college, that's what he said. And you know, maybe it's hard to argue that for some people. Like I see like some people like to put the Chronic on this certain no. But like how much of the Chronic do you really listen to? There's some classic tracks on the Chronic, obviously, but um I listened to it and there's skips on that shit. I hate to say it. There just is. Whether you like attribute it to being that era or not, I think they just put the greatest songs, some of all time. They front loaded that album with some dope shit, and then it's an instant classic. But you got to listen to the whole thing, like track 12, 13, up and on, and are we really know skips or not? And I would argue that there are skips on the Chronic. Fight me, right? Like, yeah, I said it. And I am a 90s rap pioneer. I'm not hating generationally. I just don't think that that is a no skip album. Where Cushion OJ did feel like a no skip album. So, I'm not saying it's better. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's better. But there is an argument to be had that that is our modern day Chronic. So, shout out Raunchy Marcy for that, man. I didn't forget you said that, brother, like 12 years ago. I'm looking forward to this shit, man. Kush and OJ track list. Antoine is taking way too long. Kush and OJ 2 track list is what we need here. I saw some crazy features on here. Oh, Wiz leaked the official track list himself. All right. I heard Antoine finally has this queued up. Shout out my editor, my sloppy editor. Sloppy Turper. If you're in the gym right now, make some noise for no reason. Just scare the person next to you. Just do it. All right. Now that that's out the way. Oh, damn, I'm weak. All right, here we go, y'all. Hopefully you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? No, you can't. All right. Here we go, my brothers and sisters, genitals, boys and girls. That's a dope album cover, first of all. Is he healing the world with weed? Or is that the moon? Maybe it's the moon. Yeah, I think that's the moon. That would make more sense. Wiz is on the moon, so shout out Wiz for this album. All right, let's see what we got here. We got OT Genesis. Rare. That might be like an upbeat banger if I had to guess. Crime Bud Women. Gunna is on the album. Man, you haven't seen Gunna featured on many major artist stuff ever since these snitching accusations, but I think he's slowly creeping back up into everybody's friendship hood, except the ones he maybe told on, right? I don't know. Ty Dolla as always. Jason Martin, I believe that's Problem. What? La Tyler, I've heard of that dude. La Russell, that song goes hard. That song is released. Currency as always. Let's see. Juicy J, TGOD, you know what I'm saying? DJ Quick. Ooh, that's dope. I'm looking forward to that. Larry June, all his like cousin rappers, you know what I'm saying? The Stoner Gang, Smoke Dizza, Don Tolliver. You gotta like what you see here if you're a Wiz fan, man. So this shit gonna be dope. I'm sure we'll roll up to something nice. And it comes out April 18th. Mastermind, Wiz. Right in time for 420. Watch you some WrestleMania, listen to some Wiz, bro. That's gonna be a cool weekend, right? Yeah. Cool, man. Well, yeah, I'd have to say that's really all I'm looking forward to musically. As of now, I'm not too hip on what's due. Hopefully, we get a surprise album from one of these dope rappers. Like, where's J. Cole's Fall Off album? Just saying, we've been waiting. The song he released was cool, but like, I want to hear more from him. Drake. It's been said Drake has an album tucked, like rap and usual shit he does. That he's just kind of sitting on some dope shit. They say sounding good. You know, who knows when Kenny's gonna pop up with a track for us or an album? He's kind of gonna do his movie shit, like Nesto was telling us, the South Park movie and all that. Um, yeah, musically though, I don't think there's too much to talk about, bro. Correct me if I'm wrong. What are y'all watching? I'm watching. People will make fun of me for this, but there's fun trash TV, Temptation Island, and all that. We're having fun with Temptation Island. Um, yeah, the dude who looks like Butthead is Saw Jimmy's favorite. Shout out Mall Jimmy. You know, these guys they put them on TV, and these people are on TV knowing they gonna get into some shit. So I'm just like, knowing that, how do you end up slipping up anyway? Right? Like you can't contain yourself just for a little bit, but it kind of puts the integrity of the show in question when, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just more strong-willed than people, but whatever, man. Somebody shaking that, I don't know, but it's entertaining. So whether they're acting or facilitating some of this shit for fakeness or not, some of it seems very real. I will say, there's real tears. People with real trauma in their relationships that they throw right in there, and people get real sad on there. So they find a way to keep it authentic, I guess. I'm not too big on these like trash TV love shows, but that one and Love Island, y'all know I'm a big fan of. Otherwise, the rest of that stuff could kind of. We're all watching Daredevil. Looks like they're wrapping up this season. It finished strong, from what I'm hearing. I got 3 episodes to go, and looking forward to it. The show's been great. Best thing from Marvel since, I would say, Deadpool, Wolverine, and or Spider-Man 3. Man, like, this is a really, really, really good show. You got to watch the first one if you didn't, from 2014 or whenever that came out. 20, I don't know, 14, 17, whenever that came out. That was a great show. Disney has all of it. So, go check that out. There's movies that I just didn't watch as well. Yeah. Y'all don't give a shit about what I'm watching anyway. I heard our guest is going to be making their way here soon. I'm kind of trying to, like, give him a couple minutes to get on here, but I'm here to shoot the shit with y'all anyway. It's been 28 minutes of just me. This is insane. Like, I'm telling y'all, you have no idea how weird this is. This shit is weird, bro. I hope y'all don't mind if I pause to take a sip of water. God forbid, keep this man alive while he presents y'all entertainment. If this is entertaining to you, great. I'm usually like a bit more upbeat than this, but it's easier to catch alley oops than throw them off the damn backboard to yourself. All right. Just remember that. Should have wore a Jimmy hat, cuz. Shout out Dr. Chris, man. I'm gonna just fuck it. I'm gonna just do this, bro. Like, we are out here live on the air. Moving right along. We're just gonna keep this going. If you guys got something to drink, maybe take a sip. This is kind of the vibing hour. I'm just playing. As you can see, I'm vibing. I'm vibing. Sorry, it's allergy season. Yeah, allergies. Ooh, that was a bad idea. Um, so like, did you guys buy any stocks this past week? I'm happy to share my moves with you. It's been a while since we jumped into the damn, what did I even call that shit? Wealth Factory? It's been so long, I don't even remember. Um Weeze's Wealth Shack. There we go. Ka-ching! Weeze's Wealth Shack is I made a super big accusation that I'm proud of because the discount period for stocks kind of faded very quickly. If you saw, everyone was shitting themselves a couple days ago when the stock market fell into one of the worst losses we've had since, I don't know, whatever. It was terrible. But the rebound is real, and it is a big reason. A big reason why is because of what Mr. Trump said about not imposing these tariffs temporarily, except China. That made it. Oh, and then the stock shot immediately up. I'm not insider trading, right? Because the value already went up as I share this with you guys. I went big. This is one of my plays I'm happy to share. And this is not financial advice, but Netflix, man, like you look at the growth of them over the past 5 years, and they only continue to rise. Like now, major sports are attaching their names with Netflix. The WWE has already done so officially, and man, when this discount of a few days ago was there, I jumped right on it because I saw that the NFL is actually going to do another 3 games the coming like this is only going to get bigger and bigger for Netflix. It's going to be to the point where like who knows? It grows into like maybe you get like your own Netflix social media on there. So there's so many ideas that they're going to bring to the game as far as viewing content goes from your home. Uh, they continue to be innovative with that. And if you see a company with vision that you agree with and get behind and see the brilliance in what they've done over a few years, invest in them. Buy what you believe in. And that is what I believe in them because of how they've been moving. So I will just share that one little public play with y'all since the stock has already risen. You know, but that's the kind of place that will grow and grow and grow based on how they conduct their business. So complain of all you want about these higher prices. Shouts out Netflix, man. They're really stepping their game up as far as just everything they do. Uh, Man, running this show is wild solo, bro. But yeah, share with us what you are eyeing, market wise. It's all one big public, or don't share it. We don't want to hear that shit. Actually, yeah, keep that to yourself. I take that back. All right, man. I, I gotta get into some sports here because I don't have shit else to talk about with y'all. But uh, big story in the NBA right now. One of my favorite players currently in the league. Favorite just because he's amazing on the court. Off the court, he's got to kind of adjust his decision making a bit, but y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Young Ja. I got to show y'all what he did. Now pretending to throw a grenade into the crowd. Look at this, man. Ja went from the gun celebration to throwing a grenade. He cashes the three, throws a grenade in the crowd. He covers his ear. Bruh, that boy is wildin'. That is crazy, bruh. Hilarious. Hilarious. He needs to call an airstrike on the next one or something, bro. That would be lit. Just do another Call of Duty style kill streak, uh, heavy grenade, whatever, bro. That he can't continue to do that, but maybe he chooses a different weapon. Maybe we'll see the rocket launcher or the bazooka in the next three he drains as a celly. That boy John Moran just don't learn, man. But hey, still one of my favorite players. He is a beast. One of the smarter players on the court too. I don't think his IQ of hoop gets enough credit because he is a dog. But there's just too much bullshit surrounding him, man. I don't know how to outlook on these NBA playoffs because the playoffs are forming as we speak. You've got my boys right here making a strong push, looking like almost, do I want to say it, a championship contender. Uh, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. OKC is a yes. They dominated all season, but man, the people who know hoop on TV and even some of us fans have been saying we don't know if they could last against a real team or a good team with experience or team with superstars that really lock in during playoffs, like friend of the show, LeBron James, Steph Curry, teams like that have been there and done that hella times. I don't know about the Thunder in the playoffs, man. It's really gonna depend how this all shapes up. Like, we ain't even gonna talk about the East, bro. What are we looking at in the East? Celtics, Cavs, right? Like, Pacers are playing a lot better and look better, but what is there to really talk about in the East? The Knicks are a disappointment as well. Still gonna be a playoff team. Um, I mean, they're not a total disappointment, but they're not that we kind of expected Bridges as to be like a third superstar of that team, and it's just not really like standing out that way. NBA standings. I'm sorry, y'all. I have Antoine over here looking something up so we can get a good idea of what this looks like. Um yeah, the East doesn't really do it for me, brother. Like, I don't care to watch those playoffs as intently either. So look at this. I'm going to share this with you guys. Here we go. Cavs right at the top of the East, dominating. Um, that's all I'm talking about. Because, like, what else do you care about? The Bucks are not what we wanted them to be either. You got the Pistons looking like a real team this year. Shout out the Detroit Pistons, man. Playing, the Heat got that locked. Okay, but like, who gives a shit? Hey, look at the West, the wild, wild West. This is the real NBA over here. Even though I hate to say it, the championship team could be one of those top two East teams. The rest of the division's lacking, but damn, the conference for me. But you got the Thunder who dominated all season, and then they're kind of like on the way into the playoffs, not looking like them boys, man. They're just not. Lakers punked them the other day. They lucky the refs booted Luka out the game for some weak shit. Otherwise, they probably would have lost to him again the second game. I don't know about these Thunder, bro. I'm calling fake on them right now. Number one seed, my ass. I ain't saying they're gonna lose to the whatever team comes out that play-in, Timberwolves, Mavs, Kings, BS down there, but they're gonna lose the second round or third round. Bet it. Now, the more interesting part of this is clearly these teams. Now, the Nuggets fired their coach this week. That is huge news. I forgot to even say Mike Malone got fired this week, which is bananas. And so, if they without their coach, who's a great coach, I don't know, man. Joker can't do it all. You know what I'm saying? He can do a lot, but that makes me not really believe in them in the playoffs. Grizzlies, same thing. Great coach fired. Look at their record. They were balling. Like, quit firing these coaches that are doing good jobs just because the players are bitching about them. Just because the players are bitching about them. Who cares, man? Like, you seen The Last Dance. You know what I'm saying? All the turmoil between everybody on that team. Players, front office, coach, you name it. Like, so that makes me think, there's a real thing in the playoffs is cohesion and a brotherhood. Guys that like really care about each other. And I don't know how you get that with because people are thinking Lakers Warriors, right? Lakers Warriors, and it is a bit narrow minded to think that. Like, don't sleep on the Clippers. They're really good. They're really well coached. They got the Norman Powell. To me, is their most dangerous player on offense, at least. Kawhi is looking like Kawhi. Sorry, the guys' Gen G picks are coming in right in time for y'all. And I mean, the Clippers are a team that can beat anyone. I do feel that way. They can beat anyone if Harden has the right game. Like, they're nasty. They're deep too. So don't sleep on them. You definitely can't sleep on the Warriors. My boys are going to come through. No one wants to play this team in the playoffs, bro. Nobody want to see what playoff Jimmy in blue looks like. Because ever since Jimmy Butler came to this team, it is a completely different team. It's crazy how one dude could flip the switch of so many people. Look how much better he is making everybody. Brandon Podzinski finally looks like that guy that we drafted that we thought we were getting. Klay Thompson's replacement, right? So he is balling out with Jimmy Butler on the team. He's unlocked him. Quentin Post, another rookie, balling because of Jimmy. I'd say he's helping everybody. His passing, he's very passive on the team. It's almost like he wants to get everyone the ball a little too much. But playoff Jimmy, I think, gonna snap, because if you remember when the Warriors got that championship 21-22, Andrew Wiggins did have a couple moments where he snapped, and that's what put them over, So I do think they'll kick it into gear. Gary Payton's healthy again. Watch out for the Warriors. Lakers are also another team that I think can beat anyone. So, it's just gonna come down to the brotherhood, man. Yeah. All right. The wicked guest is here.
Hey. I may have came in too early. I might have some technical difficulties right now. I can't hear anything.
Well, we can hear your dumbass, so it's all good. Yeah. We're just gonna keep it rolling here.
We're good now. I had to click a couple buttons. We're good now. What's happening, everybody?
Yeah, you made it, bro. I was literally talking so much shit about you the whole time.
You know what? As a Gen G affiliate for a long time now, I'm very excited to be a part of that actual Gen G podcast. And I figured, you know what? I'm going to do something that these guys have never done. I'm actually going to crack open a nice cold high noon, and I'm going to get the party started.
Yeah, well, that's because I drink beer. But I've been talking to myself for 41 minutes, and now we're here. I was just on the topic of basketball, and you came right in time. And as you did, this background popped up of our fight. So we might as well get into the shit while we're here.
Let's do it.
What is this main event we've got here coming this weekend? I just got all the guys' picks.
Bangers, even for fans that aren't like, they don't know all the names. This is one of those cards, like if you got a buddy and you've been trying to get him into fighting for a while, this is one of those cards, because prelims are stacked. Even they're not huge names, all of them. There are some big names, but they're going to be some great fights. And I know it's like guys like us always hype these ones up and they're duds, but I have a feeling that Miami cards usually pull through and are pretty big bangers. And I'm excited for this main event, man. Very excited for this main event.
Fuck yeah, man. Whenever Volk is fighting, I'm in. Like, I don't care what's happened to him lately, bro.
I was at his last fight. I was at Volkanovski's last fight when he got knocked out by
he got knocked out bad, bro.
I think it's gonna happen again. I think I don't know if you wanted to start with the main event right away, but
yeah, we got to.
I'm here. I've been a Diego Lopez fan for a minute since he first came into the UFC. I remember when he fought, he's fighting a top 10 contender, and he takes the fight on a week's notice. And
this is Latino. This is Latino Josh Hartnett right here.
It's funny. He's from Brazil, but he lives in Mexico now. So he's this like weird Brazilian Mexican hybrid, and the fans dig it, man. People fuck with this guy tough.
Yeah, hey, dude.
Well, he's got the
Diego, bro.
My wrist and black my eyes. Yeah, you know what? He's fucking everybody up. So I actually think that Volkanovski's had his reign. Volkanovski is an amazing fighter. I just think that it's time for some of the new generation to come in. And I think Diego Lopez is one of those guys to come in and take over. He's looked phenomenal in all of his fights. He knocked who did he fight last? He fought Brian Ortega and knocked Brian Ortega out and then knocked him back into the fight. That's how strong this guy is. So he's out here submitting people, knocking people out, taking people to decisions, taking fights on 4 hours notice. This guy's a beast. I can't root against him. Shout out Volk, but I think it's Diego's time.
Nice. All right. I'm going the other way, man. I'm a Volt guy forever, so I'm gonna just pick him, and that's that. We're gonna see what happens. Nesto took Lopes as well, and then the rest of the squad took Volk with me. Saw Jimmy Demo and Davy Jones. So
Smart
cool.
choice. This is his big debut. All his fights have been great. None of them are Volk, and everybody he's beat that fought Volk lost, obviously. So it'll be interesting, real interesting. I wish I would have had the wig for the next fight, the co-main for Patty the Batty.
Yeah, man. I saw he was choking out an entire Marine team by himself or whatever.
Some of the Marines weren't bad. I mean, you got to remember, they're not trained fighters like he is, but
nah, for sure.
They're strong dudes, and they were different weight classes for sure. I've
had tried different shit against him. You know what I'm saying? So I saw that was dope that he was doing that. But
I love when the fighters get involved with that. Not to get political or anything, but the new FBI director was talking about having like actual UFC fighters train the FBI in hand-to-hand combat. They're like, why are we training guys? We should have these fighters train our guys. They're the realest killers on the planet.
That's real.
It makes sense. Yeah. If you go to a BJJ school and learn from a Gracie satellite, but you have the real guy down the street, why wouldn't you go down there?
No doubt, man. Shit, that's this co-main is pretty lit. Patty. We'll see what happens.
How are you feeling about Chandler though, with the way he's been fighting? I mean, he's inactive. He had a long fight against Oliveira. I mean, those are always good fights.
I don't like this one for him at all, to be honest. Yeah, I think he's gonna get taken down and beat.
Yeah.
Decision. Okay, we got your boy Yair.
Yeah, the Yair fight, that's a banger. They got homeboy coming in from Bellator.
Oh shit, unlockable guy.
One of the Pitbull brothers signed with the UFC after the PFL fallout with Bellator, and I see a lot of people. Yeah, I see a lot of people picking Yair right now, and Yair's younger. He's great, but I've been waiting for one of these guys. There's a lot of guys that are not in the UFC that I've been wanting to see in the UFC for years. This is one of them. And most of these guys that come in from these other organizations, except for the Asian guy that fought in December, they usually come in and win. And they usually win a big fight like this. Yair's no slouch, but Pitbull's been in there with a lot of big names himself. I don't want to say more talented than Yair or who Yair's fought, but I'm rooting for Pitbull in this one. How could I not? It's another Brazilian guy. It's like, let's go. Let's see what happens.
Oh, we got Redneck Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. And then a Dominic Reyes fight. I'm not mad at these, man. This is
Bryce Mitchell fight. They're saying that CTE versus something else. I'll tell you what, Bryce Mitchell gets a lot of shit because he says a lot of dumb shit. But every time like he's been a big dog, he wins. It's when he's these big favorites is when he's like lost.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was at John's last fight, and I didn't know when I bought my tickets that I'd be right there where all the fighters walk out. So I'm sitting there, and we're like, who, like all of the fans. And that dude was one of the coolest fighters I've ever seen leading into a fight. I want Mitchell to win for the nonsense, but Silva's been sleeping everybody. He's stopping people with everything. He's a freak.
Hey,
he's
got my girl, bro.
Which one?
The one. When you zoom in on her face, she's like, what the fuck,
nigga?
That's what she's saying right there.
I should have the card pulled out. I have the card right here. Let me pull it up.
Hell yeah. I got a root for her for that reason. Go Verna.
Chase, I know you're talking about.
Oh, Jim Miller, bro. Demo's favorite nerdy looking professor dude.
Dude, Jim Miller. So he had Lyme's disease. And he didn't know he had Lyme's disease for years. And so he was like training and he was never really at his peak. And Jim Miller was a beast. Jim Miller's a 155-pound fighter. And when they had the fight in Oakland against Anderson Silva and Chael Sonnen won, I was in line getting a beer, and I see Jim Miller and his brother. And Jim Miller, for a 150-pound fighter, was taller than me. I'm 5'9" on a good day. And I'm like, how does this guy make 155? Jim Miller is a big dude. But I think the way they've been set up, he's fighting Hooper, right? Chase Hooper. That's who he's fighting. He's like,
yeah.
Yeah, they've been building Chase Hooper up like a house. And they keep giving him 40-year-old guys. I think the last guy he fought was Clay Guida. And you were there. You were at that fight.
Yeah, shit was whack.
Mm-hmm.
But damn, bro. Appreciate you stopping through here. This is you'll have to watch back and see what I did earlier because I was just talking to my fucking self, like Howard Stern or somebody like Jim Rome, just by themselves, saying shit.
The greats.
And I think I held my own, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just talking. And there was a lot of technical things I had to do at the same time. Shout out Antoine, the editor. You know what I'm saying? We went in today, yo. So shout out all you genitals that made it through this whole thing, man. This is the first time we've ever done an episode like this solo, but I got some tag team work with brother right here. Shout out
as a fan of Gen G, let me just say, I hate when I don't get an episode. I need one of you 5 brothers, at least one. And if a guest can come in and just make me laugh a little bit, that's all we're listening for. A little entertainment in our day. We work hard.
Well, that's why, we got you in on here today, because 6 on the stage at once might be too ham. So good luck with that. If you don't know these people's usual, we kind of know each other. We had to develop a chemistry between the 5 of us, you know what I'm saying? Or else this thing would just be a straight shit show, which a couple of them had been in the past, but you got to develop that. And that's what we've done, because it's been like almost 5 years now. 4 to 5 years on this bitch.
Are we at 200 episodes yet?
Yeah, this is 219 right here.
219? So I stopped counting.
That's how strong we've been going. And I didn't want that to die with all of us not doing it this week.
Well, as a genital, I appreciate you putting yourself out there and taking care of us. The people, we need our Friday podcast. We need this. It helps us get us to work, get us home, get us through work.
Yep. Shout out that Bay Area traffic or whatever traffic you in. You know what I'm saying? Los Angeles, New York.
This is the only podcast that feels like I'm in the podcast. I just can't argue back with you, make my point, but it's all good. It's all love.
Some people be yelling shit out at it anyway, because
that's not what they said. That's wrong. No, that's me every day.
That's called motherfucking boss. I had to do all the sound effects myself. I ain't got no sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like.
No really soundboard
with it out here. No, yeah.
I wish I would have come better prepared.
Nothing, bro. So it was just me. Hey, yo, what the fuck? It's been another edition of the group chat on Wax for yo.